This conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular August 18th, 2025 council meeting. And I'll call it to order at 6:30 p.m. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance if you're able.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, we have a full house tonight. Welcome everyone again. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda before we get started? So if not, would anyone like to make a motion to accept the agenda as written?
So moved.
So moved. And seconded?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilor Webb. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carried. Move right into mayor's report. It's this time of the meeting on every second council meeting of the month. We recognize citizens that have been outstanding and helped our community. And so it's my honor this month of August I'd like to recognize Teresa Kilgore. Teresa is the supervisor at the thrift store, our own thrift store here in Vernonia, and about 11 volunteers. And so I had the opportunity to go through a little tour last week, and it's just amazing. I think it's a good, what am I trying to say? Goodwill would be very proud. And it's very organized, and Liz Vogel's here tonight, and Liz made a really neat display shelf that they mounted on top of one of their racks, the whole length of the rack. And I understand she's going to make another one, but it was so organized in all the rooms in the whole center. And so I've always said that you're only successful as the people you surround yourself with. And so they've done a wonderful job for our community and our senior center. It's a big financial help to our center every month, and they average around $4,500 to $5,000 a month. So thank you. I have some certificates, and first I'll recognize Teresa. Thank you very much. Amy Reagan.
You have to stay up there, Teresa. No escaping.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Mary Tolanen. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. Stay up, Mary. Picture.
Liz Hollenbach. Liz Vogel. Liz said the second shelf is already in place. Thank you so much, Liz. Wanda Rogers. Thank you, Wanda. Susan Mullikick. Thank you, Susan. Chris Hunter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jasmine Sherman. Okay. Okay. Well, we have one other person, Karen Miller, we'd like to recognize. We'll get you a certificate, okay? So,
The state is using our. I don't think you're gonna miss it, 'cause
Yeah. There you go. All right. Everybody this way. 3, 1, 2, 3. One more. Great. Thank you.
thank you, guys.
You'll edit out all the background people, right?
You don't have to stay if you don't want to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, sure.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Keep up the good work, you guys.
All right, thanks.
Any presentations this evening? No? How about council committee meeting reports?
Nope.
not I.
Okay,
Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
okay. Any topics from the floor tonight?
I received none.
Set agenda for acceptance, Public Works Committee meeting minutes for June 2025.
I move to approve the consent agenda for acceptance.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Norman. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. None opposed. Motion carried. Consent agenda for approval, City Council meeting minutes for July 21st, 2025. City Council meeting minutes for July 28th, 2025.
To accept the consent agenda for approval.
So moved by Councilor Webb. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilor Weller. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Motion carried. Moving right into unfinished business. Staff report, Weed Avenue, East Street, Springboard Avenue.
So when I was, the one council meeting that I missed, I heard that you guys had a lot of the residents of Springboard and East Street come and visit you and want to talk about the condition of the street. And so I kind of preemptively just did a report on it, knowing you would ask for one. I think if we're going to discuss it, though, maybe it would be a good idea to do a work session with and invite the residents so that they can hear the same information. But as you can see on the map, I outlined the ownership. So the blue area is city-owned, and that includes what existed of Weed Avenue and then the railroad grade that was deeded over from the Batemans. The orange area is in a family trust under the Hollenbeck family. And then the yellow area is in a maintenance agreement with all those adjacent property owners. And as frontage improvements are done, we could accept those. But the gravel, there's some minimum standards that the roads, either the orange or yellow roads, would need to come up to for the city then to take them over. And so I've shared that same information with the neighbors. So if you guys want to think about scheduling a work session, then I can get a hold of all the neighbors and we can kind of chat about what the options are, whether we could they could sign on to be part of an improvement district to bring it up, whether they wanted to bring it up on their own and just turn it over, get it approved by the city and turned over. There's a lot of options there. So this was kind of just informational. It's kind of a complex issue, a lot of different ownership and different responsibilities there. Do you guys have any questions?
Susan?
I highly recommend following the recommendation of having a work session because I think it would be very unfair for us to have the conversation, any of it, without the residents having the opportunity to see her as well.
So maybe at your next meeting, I'll have you bring your calendars and we'll schedule something and then we can let them know.
Sure.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you for the report.
Yeah.
sure.
Just one more question. Is there quite a bit of work to be done on Springboard? And I haven't been down there for a couple of years.
Well,
To get it-
it's gravel and it's not wide enough
Yeah.
to be turned over. So I can bring the street standards to that meeting and we can see what the minimum standard would be. And we could maybe even, I could get pictures ahead of time so we can all be looking at the same things. But yeah, there would be a good amount of work to do for the width, because before we take it over as a city street, it should be at least the minimum width, and the surfacing, whether it's chip seal or something, should be done. Or we do an improvement district and that's how it gets turned over. So there's lots of options. It's just, we'd have to look at what the neighbors are willing to do. But yeah, so I'll put that on the next meeting agenda.
Okay. Moving into new business, special event permit request and road closure for the Salmon Festival. Page 8. Any representatives from the Salmon Festival with us tonight? With their application? No?
Mr. Mayor, I am on that committee. That's a conflict.
It's a nonprofit.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Everyone had a chance to review the application. Any questions or discussions with this applicant?
I'm assuming there's no big changes from previous years.
Last year.
Yeah, same map.
They've talked to you, Sergeant? OLC.
That'll just be the closure for Park Drive then. So. Anyone wish to make a motion to accept this application for this upcoming Salmon Festival? Yeah.
I'll make,
Go ahead.
no, I'll make a motion to accept the permit.
Okay, motion made by Counselor Weller. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Counselor Wagner. All those in favor of this motion?
Aye.
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 Okay. Motion carried. Okay, moving right on to information only, one-stop meeting synopsis, page 12 through 19. Turn it over to Joseph.
Okay, so as you guys know, Angie, Robert and I attended the one-stop meeting with the different funding representatives from the state and from Business Oregon to look at what options were available to the city funding-wise for the water intake fix project. I've included the scenarios that we were given in the summary of what would be available. And also you guys held this special meeting to approve me applying for the SIP grant for feasibility. So I kind of discussed at that point that most likely if we didn't want to take on a loan that goes on the water bill, we'd be looking at going for CDBG funds. So do you guys have any questions about any of the documentation we received?
I don't have a question, but I do appreciate the comparison made. I mean, I'm familiar with rebates, but a lot of people aren't, and even being familiar, it just makes it a lot easier seeing it compiled in one place.
Yeah.
Clearly, the most effective and least cost to the citizens is going with the CDBG. And I understand it has restrictions, but I appreciate the opportunity to do that. And thank you for getting it in so quickly.
So the initial application for the study was
Yeah, that night before I left, I submitted.
Right.
Yeah, and they have a period where they review it, they'll rate them, and then they'll let us know how we ranked and if we are in the running to get the feasibility money or if we need to reapply in February.
And if you reapply in February, that pushes it out another year then?
It just depends on the timelines and how quick we could turn and burn, right? How quickly the feasibility work could be done that would then be used to go into the CDBG application with design. So just as a timing thing. There's potential that it would push it out because of the in-water work window. We'd end up being in 28 for construction because we'd need the summer months to be able to do the construction when the water's low.
Any questions or discussions? Informational. All right. Okay, well, thank you, Josette.
Sure.
Thanks again for your hard work in getting that application in
Sure.
with Angie's help. Yeah,
I was, yeah.
much appreciated. Okay, well, I guess we're ready to move in business from the departments. Finance Department update. Angie, welcome.
So I'm assuming you guys had a chance to look this over. I just kind of wanted to give you a little roll up after the end of the fiscal year to let you know how we ended up, and it was pretty okay.
Yeah.
You guys have any questions about anything?
Pretty good.
I'd just like to make a comment and wonderful, I mean, good hard work and paid off. And I'll go back to the reserve funds we formed in 2016 and we became fiscally responsible as a city. And this is some of the fruits of our labor. And, you know, not all the cities in the county had a very good year this year.
No,
But
true.
we did exceptional and able to pay off that big grant, the Springboard project. You know, we're back down to $7.5 million budget, and we have 4 full-time police officers, and we're doing well. So thanks for your hard work, Angie. Any other comments?
Just, I'm pretty sure the city was fiscally responsible prior to 2016 also, but
Well,
you are correct. That was the year there was a big turnaround, but I didn't want anybody to be under the impression that prior to 2016 that we were not.
before then, some of the rates went up and down, right, Dale?
And while you were talking rates, Ben and I had been pulling our hair out for a few years on, I think, the sewer rate. Not quite coming in what we predicted. And we think we figured it out, but we didn't. We were like, well, I don't think we need to tweak it anymore. It's going to stop doing what it's doing. And this year it did. So both those came in just about really where they should come in. They're 103% of projected. It's built in to bring in a little extra revenue, and don't worry about that because that extra revenue actually gets to be applied in the next budget year. It could reduce the rate, so, or defer any increase. But yeah, finally that little anomaly kind of fixed itself.
Now you can sleep at night.
Well, we think 1 year, we'll next year.
And because of our due diligence, we were able to buy and replace docks at the lake. Okay, thank you. Police Department update.
Does anybody have any questions regarding calls of service for July? Sure,
Seems like you were very busy.
just a little.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, just,
Fair.
and the fact that you have officers to handle it, which is awesome. Thank you. Good job.
Presence is everything.
Yes.
How'd we do on Jamboree weekend? Pretty good?
We'll get to that in just,
Okay, okay.
Why he's on his call list here.
yeah, go ahead.
So animal complaints, I see is a significant number on your,
Yes.
it is, I mean, I know
There was,
starting to get in this transition.
there were some citations issued, yes.
Okay, so, but are a little bit up on this? What's your feelings?
I think I don't think that they're up any more than they usually are. It's just that now we're dealing with them.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Because I know we had our article in the paper about dogs that they need to be on leashes. I'm seeing some compliance and I'm not seeing some compliance.
And the non-compliance are getting citations, so that's why you're saying about the animal complaints, so.
So were those citations tracked in here and we don't really see those?
No, you don't, it all falls under the animal stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we're citing under the city ordinance and not the state ordinance.
Okay.
So if we cite under the state ordinance, the ORS, then the county and the state end up getting all of those funds. We just get like a small portion of it, so. The city ordinance, we get it all.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Thank you.
Jamboree.
No. So on July 24th, all of the staff, to include code enforcement, we all did 4 hours of defensive tactics, which was instructed by Officer Schultz. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which was instructed by Officer Schultz. And also with the generous contributions donation from Counselor Wagner and Gary and Stacy Brown, the Vernonia Police Department purchased 50 bicycle helmets on August 1st. And today I handed out the first one to a 13-year-old juvenile. Now on to Jamboree. So on Jamboree, we did 15. Well, first of all, I need to paint the picture. So we had no outside help this year. And this is the first year that I can remember in my time here, which is almost 17 years, that we haven't had any outside help. St. Helens OSP and North Plains OSP, they came up and just drove through to help make a presence. But as far as, helping, do traffic and stuff like that, it was just us. So with that being said, we did 17 traffic stops. So 15 warnings, 2 citations, 7 premise checks, 3 animal complaints, and the majority of our time was spent on foot. 1 motor assist, a lost juvenile at Hawkins Park, and then we assisted Vernonia Fire Department 4 times, did a juvenile MIP assault and a theft 3, 1 domestic, a harassment, and 2 welfare checks. Any questions?
Go ahead, Dale.
Did note the foot patrols. It was pretty obvious out there. I've seen you guys multiple times on foot. I think that was well received. Kudos to that.
Yeah, I definitely owe it to my staff that they did a really good job. So to include code enforcement, Eva did all the logistics and stuff. So yeah, we have a really good team. So.
Good.
Well, good. Well, thank you, Sergeant. Okay, ordinances and resolutions. Resolution 2025-05, declaring surplus property. Page 24. So it looks like we have 2 Chevy Tahoes, 1992 John Deere backhoe, and a John Deere tractor. becoming available. So, any discussions or questions for this? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Susan.
What is the process?
I'm sorry.
Sale. What is the process for the surplus sale?
I believe this year we're going to post them on a online bidding system. Try and get top dollar. So I think other,
Gutdeals.com.
yeah, many other entities around us use the same forum and they seem to work out really well. So this is a reminder for those who've never participated. If you have any intention on bidding on any of these items, you must recuse yourself. Conflict of interest. So please do not discuss or vote.
I'm sorry, Angie, which system is that they?
GovDeals.
Oh, it is that.
Yeah. And we already had an account. You guys set it up years ago and it just never got used, so.
Well,
That's pretty good.
Go ahead, Dale.
I just wanted to ask, now, have they been running the new backhoe for how long now?
Couple of weeks. Yeah.
They're,
They needed a couple pins made for a bucket.
that,
Yeah, and that was it.
but they're,
They're getting used to
Let's
it.
do it, yeah.
okay.
It's hard for Jeff because the backhoe was like, he got it as a baby infant backhoe and he even had the warranty card. He came and he goes, look, I got the original warranty card. And I said, do you want a picture with the backhoe? What do you want? So it's hard to have him let it go, but
I just wanted to make sure we were really feeling solid with the new one before we kicked the old one to the curb. So,
You never want to take the old one to the
No.
curb.
yeah, I know,
He
but
has to.
yeah.
He's not very happy with us because we're going to be
Or through a curb with a cat and the controls are opposite than here.
Yes.
yeah.
Teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh, yeah. So, any other questions or discussions? Surplus?
Oh, what's the John Deere tractor?
It's an older tractor that they used to use at the airport as a broken PTO and hasn't been used in many years.
Oh.
But to formally get rid of it, they must surplus it.
Okay, anyone like to make a motion for this resolution 2025-05?
Move to accept resolution number 2025-05, resolution declaring certain public property of the city of Vernonia no longer needed for public use and authorizing sale of said property.
Thank you, Counselor Webb. Is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Wagner. All those in favor? Signify by saying aye.
I,
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Okay. Any correspondence? I have one thing I'd like to share. I contacted Senator Merkley's office last week in relation to our application for federal funding for the State Avenue Restoration Project. Initially, our application went to a subcommittee, which was good, if you will. But unfortunately, our application did not make it past that subcommittee and would have been to the US Senate for approval. And so we were denied the funding. And so we're right back to square one. I talked to Gustavo, Senator Merkley's representative. What we're going to do is I'll contact his office late fall. We'll get all our ducks in a row and then we'll go ahead and reapply in January. Same amount of funding or if more. So we can go for the whole project. But anyway, I just wanted to relay that. And we were also denied state funding. So people have to dodge the chuck holes on State Avenue for a little bit longer. So that's all I have to report on that. So we can move in the city administrator report.
Okay, so we're still just waiting for DEQ. Send another email. The ODOT ADA, there will be saw cutting. They were here today, saw cutting some crosswalks in preparation for coming back. The main crew will return the first week of September to start doing the ADA ramps again. And we did update them that we were in voluntary curtailment. And so in the second level of curtailment, we do not give construction water. So they're coming up with a plan B to truck water in because it's against our ordinance for them to use water for their concrete batch plant in the second level of concern. If we pop back out of second level, we could allow them to still use the hydrant. It has a meter on it that's tabulating how much water they're using. But when the residents are curtailed, we don't give water to construction projects. So they're planning to have a plan B. The next section is really just the one-stop meeting where I kind of outlined that we had the meeting and we were working on the intake, which the creek's been moving away from the intake pipe for years. And high water events have placed that gravel bar in the center of the creek. And so we're looking to either rechannel the creek or put in a second redundant intake in a deeper spot. And that's what we're doing the feasibility study for, that you guys gave us permission to apply for. The lake bathroom roof. So if you've been to the lake, you've seen it in different stages. Spruce Up came and took the metal off. We put the metal sheets in the Connex for safety so that they wouldn't walk away from the project. Mitch has replaced and sistered up all of the eave trusses that were punky from bad flashing and redid all the sheeting and put tar paper over it. And then Spruce Up scheduled, I think, coming back this weekend, should we get on their schedule. And they're going to hang all the sheeting, the flashing, and the gutters back on. So that project will be done. And then dust control. So Public Works is working with Brett and Hauer Oil. We're going to be putting down magnesium lignosulfate, which is the product made from wood pulp, to keep the dust down on Louisiana from Mellinger to B Street. That's where it starts being paved. And then we're going to do the jog on weed that's still in the city's ownership, from the jog of weed to the end of the city's ownership just before E Street. We did communicate with the neighbors on Springboard to see if they wanted to get together and got them connected with the company to see if they wanted to have their street dust controlled as well with their own. And they were still deciding the last I heard, but we got them all the contacts so that they could take advantage when we were mobilized for that. And he could come out one time and do that whole area if they wanted that. They were kind of debating because they're like, we're so close to the end of summer, but they didn't know if they were going to do it. And then we have the City Hall will be closed Monday, September 1st in observance of Labor Day. And then you have the September and October meetings there. I did get an email. I believe the next city county dinner is going to be in November. I think most of you got that email as well. So be thinking about so that we can RSVP for that in the upcoming month or so. Any questions for me?
Maybe in the workshop, is it be something we could entertain as far as maybe doing a chip seal on that short stretch where it jogs down to Weed Avenue?
The city could do that. That would be kind of a council decision looking at what's in street funds. Because I know that the reason we're doing the dust control is Murray's are like, we can't even breathe in our backyard.
It's bad.
Yeah, and I think it's just that the sewer project turned all that up and all of that fines came to the top and the rock got compacted at the bottom. And so, yeah, we could definitely look at because we didn't get the SCA grant. If we are going to do chip sealing, we could look at if Streets Fund has enough money to put that in, add that to as a project.
Brett Hauer is going to come and chip seal my driveway. So just something to think.
Yeah, it'd be, council would have to just look at what's in the fund and decide if that's in the best interest and then jump on your mobilization probably, if they're into it.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you, Josette.
Welcome.
Okay, any items from the mayor or councilors? Sue?
I just want to let everyone know, and Scott maybe can mention it in the paper, I had feedback from somebody who attends the softball tournament, who is not a citizen in your Vernonia, and they and their family were very impressed with the layout of Jamboree this year. He said they saw a lot of softball people going for food that don't normally, because food was within line of sight. So feedback back to the committee. I suppose I could post it on their page, so. But I wanted to bring it up here officially first.
Okay. Anybody else? Go ahead, Dale.
I'm just filling this item out with council. Maybe we'll discuss it, if whether we want to discuss it in the future. I know I discussed with Josette the admin report of maybe not doing it at every meeting.
Because a lot of the time it seems like
A
duplicate.
monthly report unless there's a significant move. I mean, sometimes it's really redundant, but I just thought I would put that on the table. We want to consider that, and we can, if we do, we can make it an agenda item in the future.
My only thought is that we should be reading this. She really doesn't say anything other than exactly what she's written. So maybe once a month you have a verbal report in addition to the written one. And if it's not a problem to just redo it, that's just an option as well.
It just seems, sometimes it seems silly because if things, we just talk and then 2 weeks later we talk, nothing's changed. And so I feel like I'm just repeating myself. And I don't know that the council rules mention the report. Does it say how many times?
It's just part of the agenda.
Okay.
So you guys can amend your rules though.
Yeah.
The citizen of the month technically isn't on there at all, so.
Yeah.
It's fluid.
So think about it and maybe we put it on there to discuss next time.
Yeah, put it on the agenda. I do like the upcoming meetings notification.
Yeah.
Helpful. Okay, well, I have one more thing. Welcome to the Scouts. Is there any spokesman from your troop that want to share anything with us tonight? Well, first time at a council meeting? What'd you guys think? Thumbs up, huh? Saw a couple snoozers here in the front row.
It's okay. That's all right.
Well, thank you for your service too in our community, for sure. Thank you for being here tonight. It's always good to see positive things and positive people. So thank you for your attendance tonight.
Thank you.
We appreciate seeing you here, as well as in the community.
I will speak, and I guess something one of them when there's here for a requirement advancement, one of the communication merit badge, and the other is for a scout rank, the first class. And thank you for allowing us to be here tonight.
Oh,
It's a public meeting. We
yeah,
enjoy the.
open to the public anytime. Maybe one of you are going to be sitting in this chair someday. So. Hopefully.
Future president is here today. But when he is here, I'll make sure you get a autograph right away.
Okay, I think we're ready for an action item summary. Joseph?
Okay, so at the next meeting, we're going to bring back the special meeting scheduling request for the Springboard work session with the citizens of Springboard G and E Street. We'll also bring back an agenda item to discuss the frequency of the CA report. And then staff will move forward with listing the surplused items on the government govdeals.com website.
Okay. Nothing else, I'll adjourn this meeting. Boy, with what we had on the agenda and everyone's participation here, it went pretty darn good. So I'll adjourn this meeting at 7:10 PM. Meeting adjourned.